Alright, so the game's about to start. This is going to be the first game of 7.27 for at least this group. I know that this was requested by them. And again, this is something that I was part of. So, a little bit of bias in the sense. And spoiler alerts. Well, I don't want to say anything. Let's just say that much. Understand that this is a game that was going on. And again, we're just kind of looking for some sort of insights, I would say. Hopefully we get some sort of what we could have done better, what they could have done better. We're looking at last hits alone. Still kind of 0-0. Obviously, you're just starting out. Cuckoo Link. Probably Creep Wave should be a little bit closer to the river, closer to your side. Obviously, missing the body block. Not as good there. So a little bit of an issue here. Player perspective. You're zooming in quite a lot. Hang on. I'm on Cuckoo, right? Okay, now I am. So I can see his vision. I'm just wondering if there's anything with the camera you can kind of fix. I feel like it's decent. He's not actually panning anywhere. Like for me, if you look at me, I'm like freaking out. Like I'm always like kind of looking at this, and you can kind of just see what I'm looking at. Hang on. This is how I play, right? So I'm constantly moving the camera. There's just some things that you might want to look into. Just like what is relevant, right? Seeing up front, seeing the heroes. How do I get to them, right? So that I can shoot. Back here, you can't really see anything, and there's not much to see. So I'll pull it back when I need to. Oh, cold snap. I didn't get it. He gets away there, but just something to work on in the camera work. So like here, I would be panning. Sorry, this is stuck on Cuckoo, right? I would be panning a little bit forward so that I'm kind of always seeing what's ahead. Like, yeah, I have this vision, which is great. So I need to see exactly what's going on. Like behind, yeah, I might get ganked, but I can kind of see through the mini map if you're looking up over here, right? So you put the camera where you need to see. You always want to be looking at Morphling, where he's potentially going, things that are coming like the courier, all very important stuff. And if you're kind of looking at your own, again, this is what you're seeing. You don't know what's coming in. You don't know if a TP's coming in. You don't know anything of that sort, right? It's very difficult to see like this. But again, is there an outplay? No. Okay. So just something to kind of think about. And giving up first blood. Obviously, I was there. So Greenspan, Bristle, gets it the kill. But he dies in the process? No, he walks away. Where's Bristle? Alright, I felt like Bristle did this walk of shame way too many times, right? Instead of going back like this, call up a salve. Stay in. You have a huge advantage in the sense that if you stay in the lane, you don't even fight. You just stay in the back. Make sure that, you know, the Invoker is protecting you. And even if Rubik goes after you, you just run away, right? But you need the XP. And so this is where chick management with the courier, just making sure that you're getting the right amount of, like, salves. Constantly ferry yourself salves. I don't know why you're not taking advantage of this. The regen is very important in the first 10 minutes of the game. Speaking of which, where are you? I don't even know where you are. Okay, so now you just TP'd on in. And you've wasted a lot of time. And look at this. You're actually behind the Ursa. You killed him. You got first blood out of it, and then you're behind. Right? And so you go back to the fountain way too many times. Okay? And I'm going to be speaking frankly there. I think that's just something to kind of look out for. But yeah. So hang on. Looking at more of the camera work. So he's coming in, and then this is where I know that he's got nowhere to go. He's already used his jump in, and then just slow him down. The cold snap is going to be there. Oh, but the lift up is there. It's going to kind of save him. Another thing is that you're spamming too much of your quills, right? And the reason being why this is a problem, a nice kill in the mid by Cuckoo Link, just a solo kill, which is awesome, slowing him down, but they have a stick. And if he's got 10 and he's totally maxed out, cool. But Rubik hasn't. Ursa should actually pop his stick, because now's the time to just constantly spam it, because he's already at 10. He's kind of an idiot, this guy. Like, why would you not spam it? Because you gain more charges that you're getting. Now, Greenspan, you need to back off. Yeah, you've got mangoes, and you want to pop that if you do. And you buy mangoes here. I probably would have... Oh, look at the high five. Look at this rejection. Greenspan, not the first time that I've been rejected. And... Now, we're too far, and we actually can't even high-five each other. We are a bad laning partner. But here's the lift up. He's got it. So that it's actually okay to go, right? He's fade bolted, and he lifted you up. right? So Rubik literally has no spells to cast on you. So you could actually be aggressive on him, and you're looking to turn this around. I'm here. I do get the EMP, and the tornado's there, and then this should be an easy kill. I let you have it, completely backing off, because I remember this moment, and I was like, oh, I'm just going to go get the rune. Yeah, it's wasting time. Oh, you actually let him go. Okay. So this is a misplay, I think, by myself. We should have definitely secured that kill into Rubik. And now you're very low. Oh, Rubik. He has no mana, though. This is super dangerous for both sides. Actually, I should not have left you go. Oh! And then he tries a TP. Okay, so all in all, it worked out. But again, you TP again back. Mate, you're killing me, dude. Like, constantly ferry yourself salves, right? Like, you don't need to be going back to Fountain. I feel like this is something that you really need to learn how to do, because you're actually winning the lane. And if you're looking at Ursa, he's so low himself, right? It's not like he can really fight you. Plus, you know, this incredibly cute Invoker is next to you, right? So, generally speaking, you should be fine. So you need to understand how to manage this risk, right? Like, if he goes on you, all you have to do is run off. He has boots, yes. But you just turn around, you have boots as well. So it's not like he's going to catch up to you too fast. At this point, I do remember the Morphling here. I think he gets a kill. But I don't remember a missing call, which is a problem. Because we actually decide to play aggressive, and we get totally caught out here. The lift up here, I do get the Cyclone EMP, but I'm out of mana, and I can't even Ghost Walk away. I actually could have if I was fast enough, but I'm not. And I'm bad at this game, but oh my gosh, this Ursa is bad. Okay, so you know that the Morphling had rotated bottom. Glyph is now being used. This is the time where you need to be a little bit aggressive. Like, this Remnant should have been right on top of them. Kill as many of the guys as you can. Consistently put pressure on it, and make Morphling pay for every single time he leaves the lane. But yeah, I mean, you did get a kill off of him, so that's good. But you could be snowballing this lane if you're putting constant pressure on the tower, right? But he's low here. He's kind of morphed in. Oh, he does get the deny. Something to look out for. I mean, you have the sentry there. I think you could have played that a little bit differently, right? You pull him in. Oh, you actually get the kill again? All right, well played, Cuckoo. I have nothing to say about that. That seemed like just a good play. So this is a decent one. The Shaman. Okay, so I waited for the shackle to happen before I went on, because that was going to stop him. Clock was there. I actually should have turned around, and I should have gone more for Shaman on that one. That's on me. But I think it's funny, because I remember on voice comms, I was like, go for the Shaman first, and then myself included, we all went for the Clockwork first. So definitely something that we can look into. I think that was a little bit of an issue with the team. Because his target selection, because honestly, the Clock's really not going to go anywhere. He's very slow. I mean, he might be able to save him, but I mean, we got something out of it, so we can't really complain. But Shaman, this is a problem with Shaman, right? He has next to no mana. He just uses his stick just so that he can potentially cast one spell. As one spell, that's basically, he's useless in lane. Phantom Assassin, you need to... I'm trying to see what else you can do. Like, walking back and forth, you didn't do anything. There was nothing gained by this. Right? Why are you not going for last hits with your dagger? You're almost full mana. So you definitely want to be... Okay, but you don't even get that one, so you let that one go. Okay. And your tower's actually taking a lot of damage. I did not know this. Okay. Yeah, so initial impression, okay, we do, might be, the Cyclone is a little slow, we do end up getting the Rubik, and maybe the Morph? Is Zip in one more time? No, he's just kind of morphing it through, so he kind of baited you a little bit. Oh, he's going for this. Remnants one more time, Shaman is now here. Mind you, you have a quarterstaff in your backpack, right? That might have been enough to do enough damage to kill this guy. I mean, he's super low and he's super dangerous right here. But he has Morbid Mask and a stick. Not too much there. So at this point, at 10 minutes, I think that this is kind of a travesty in the sense of where I feel like last hit wise. Holy crap. Clockwork is at 45 last hits at 10 minutes? Oh no, hang on. Alright, let me sort this proper. Clock is actually the top. That's actually a bit of a fail, I would say. I mean, Shaman Clock isn't the worst of lanes, but I think there needs to be better control in terms of the creep wave, because Phantom Assassin cannot farm when it's here. And then this will definitely push the wave, which is fine, but then you need to bounce it back. Lion, I think that you should look through, like, and I know that this isn't your first pull. Oh, got the Hex in. I don't think you could fight. Oh, and he drops the wards too, so yeah, you were dead. Oh, but your courier? Bad micro. And he's kind of all stuck in. He actually cogs his buddy in with his wards. But okay. Initial impression right now, PA, you're not spamming your dagger enough. You don't need to be full mana or whatever. But, okay, so yeah. I probably didn't need to Cyclone that. But, you know, it just looks cool. I probably slowed that one down. That's my bad. Sometimes I Cyclone for no reason. 150, this is definitely deny range. We should be denying it, if we did not already. I don't know what happened there. But 2 for 1, you gotta be careful. But, okay, a couple things. Lion needs to do pull-throughs. Meaning, you don't just pull this one, but you also pull this camp. Right? So when there's like... And it varies between the different small creeps or whatever. But basically, you need to... Once this is about to die, you start making your way over here, and then you pull this creep, and then you pull it back. Right? The reason being is that, obviously, if the entire creep wave gets killed, it's pretty massive. In terms of XP, right? Because if you're looking at level 7, level 6, and you're only level 8, right? And mind you, you have boots. You could probably just swap that out. The tangles are not relevant right now. And actually, the speed would have helped you get away, and now you're going to get run up on. With Phase, he's got nowhere to go. Now you blink onto this one. Blink onto the creep. You were too late. You can blink onto you can Phantom Strike on your own teammates. So teleports to a friendly, to unit friendly or enemy. So that's how you can use it as an escape. Now I remember this one as well, and I was kind of like, I think it's still kind of dangerous without the PA. So, oh, we did not deny it. That is a fail on us. Oh no, I do deny it. I'm awesome. Holy crap! Props to me. I'm good at this game. No, I'm kidding. But to be honest, we should have known that. I didn't even know that was that low. He drops the wards again. So you drop the finger, which is okay. I mean, obviously you got trapped in. You never really want to get hooked. The thing about against a clock is that you want to constantly move back and forth. Think of yourself like as a boxer where you're going in and out. This is something that you just kind of want to work on in terms of positioning, right? Because if you walk predictably, you're just really easy to hook. And no one likes getting hooked. Especially when you're lying, you don't really have anything to do. Another thing is that if you do get hooked and potentially you're at full life, you might want to hit the cogs and then try to just dig yourself out as opposed to fighting. You know what I mean? Like, if you can. Cogs are based on number of hits and not actually HP. So just something to look into. Obviously with the wars there, you're kind of, you're screwed no matter what. So, but 2 ults being used for you, not the worst thing in the world. So as position 5, that's okay. At this point, it's 8-5. 2K net worth lead. I felt like we should have been dominating this. Bristle gets jumped on here. He gets cogged. Cogs, you need to hit the cogs. What are you doing, mate? You see how you just pump faked the Ursa, but you didn't really do anything? I think that you needed to Lion, that was a little okay. I think I talked to you about that not being relevant. But as long as I was fine, there's no reason to be pushing up, because then you become a target. Just something to be careful about. And yeah, this is when the game actually got closer than it should have, in my opinion. We lost the T1, which is massive. That loses a lot of space for the PA, who we literally just tried to create a lot of space for. I think that those are the biggest things. And another thing is that this back and forth thing, look at this. It's 15 minutes and you don't have Vanguard, right? And I thought that we had a really good lane. This Ursa was bad, right? But in terms of net worth, hang on. Drop my coffee. Oh, net worth. Good gut. Where is net worth? If we're looking at net worth, you're here, but you should literally be tops. Like, we had a dominant lane, right? And a lot of it was just a waste of time. So when you leave for the fountain, you lose XP, and you lose that edge that you get, right? And losing that, and everything is just super important at this time. Like, the first 10-15 minutes is just massive, right? Because it dictates the pressure of the game and the lane. If you're 2 levels higher, that just gives you such a huge advantage. In regards to the Radiant side here, they do a rotation, but it all gets spotted out. Like, these wards are awesome. So this props to Lion for this. We saw it was going on when they got nothing out of it. And they wasted a lot of time just walking back and forth. And like, this Morphling needs to farm, right? Morphling, you don't really want to play from behind. So, again, and then now he's just like, oh, okay, well, this is where the creep wave is, so I'm just going to back up, TP on in, and I'm just going to try to get as much as I can. So he's incredibly behind. So you have Vanguard first. Yeah, the Rubik just went back and forth on this one. So I just want to say one thing real quick about this. Because we saw him moving around. The Morphling had TP'd on back. Oh, Shaman had Blink. But Rubik, what is this guy doing? Like, this is the high ground. I knew he had no vision here. He literally just walked up. He had nowhere to go. So that you know that ward-wise you're fine. And then this guy had no vision. Right? Sorry, I'm going to just play a perspective on the Rubik. Because see what he was seeing, right? He has no high ground vision. He's looking at his back. So, again, he has no vision. He's walking up blind. And he just gets killed for this. So as a support, I don't know what he was doing. Oh, he had ward. He was looking to ward. But this is so late at this point, right? Like, there was vision here. I don't know why he would do that then. Like, they were up here. And then reacting and then be like, oh, maybe I should ward. It's like, wait, what? Do you even support? Okay, so PA here. Just buy more time. Oh my gosh, you don't... Wait, what? This fight seems rough. I don't know how that courier got away. And yeah, I think that we were kind of aggressive. Alright, let me rewind this, because I felt like this is a good learning point. So here's Bristle, right? This is your perspective. You see somebody jump on you and you're under tower. You don't go back in. You don't go snot in. You get cogsed in. And you know, like, so your mistake of going back in, hang on, I don't even know why. This is your perspective. You're not even panning the camera. So you have no idea what's up in front. And so then I decided to go in because I was like, okay, we got to save you. So, Bristle, what the, your camera moving. Oh, good God. All right, I'm just getting dizzy just watching you, okay? So, and, you know, this is one of those things where I knew you made a mistake, yet I was like, oh, maybe I can save you. So one mistake compounds into many mistakes. Losing Cuckoo and myself, well, not really myself, but more of Cuckoo, is actually pretty massive at this point. Yeah, we got Clock and Ursa, but at the end of the day, if you were maybe just taking this part and then you were just running on back where my mouse is and just trying to run away, like, you had no vision. Another thing is that, look, well, I'm not going to rewind it now, but work on your vision. I think that this is something that I'm learning, and I'm actually kind of shocked on, is that you're not panning properly. To give you the... What? Lion, what are you doing? Okay, so you walked into that. That was just super dangerous. Oh God, your camera is killing me. Like, you can't see anything. How are you playing this game? Oh my gosh. I gotta get out of this. Like, you should be where I'm spanning right now. Right? Like, you need to understand how to move moving your camera is super important, right? Because I get hooked here, which is fine, but I'm glyphed. Greenspan, where are you going? What are you doing, mate? Okay. Alright, so everybody backs up there. Okay, yeah. Alright, I'm just trying to see your movement. So, I think camera work is something that you guys should work on. I think if we're looking at, well, PA is just whatever, just farm in the jungle. Because you need to understand where things are most important, where things are. Like, as Bristle right now, I feel like you should be looking like this. You need to see what's in front of you, not behind you. Like, you can't see anything, right? But instead, hang on, let me go back. Player's perspective. This is what you're looking at. Right? This is not relevant to you. Up here and below, this is what you want to be looking at. Is there somebody behind that morphling? You need to be able to see that. But you're literally... Okay, so you just got jumped on. Invis was there. Kind of... Like, you're lucky the fact that you're very tanky, and then you can kind of survive through this. Look at that massive miss of a Cyclone. I'm awesome. But we do get the morphling. And... Oops. Alright, so we do get the Rubik in that. That's fine. Alright. And also, I'm being kind of super harsh on you, Greenspan, because you wanted me to watch this replay. So, this is on you. But yeah, just something still to look at, right? I think camera work is kind of important. Like, Cuckoo Link, this one's pretty good, right? Like, you can see up here. You can kind of see your hero, and then you can see the back end when you're farming. So you want to kind of pan the camera in front of where things are. And to be honest, it's kind of like super underrated. Okay, good God. If you have all of these items, you should be ferrying that in. You should not wait for the full ring of health. Get everything because they give you small little bonuses. Like, getting Hood at this point will actually help you. Like, it protects yourself. And you should not be waiting for this long. Getting these items will make you stronger incrementally at this point, as opposed to waiting for, like, what, another 3 to 5 minutes for the full pipe. You need to be ferrying this stuff out to you. I think I said this before, but PA, your Vampire Fang's not really great for you. I mean, spell lifesteal, like lifesteal in general, fine. I'm not sure if there's a better neutral item, but I don't think that, like, it's a great one for you now. Bristle. Oh, what an asshole, this Hauler guy. He has a Keen Optic and a Philosopher's Stone. He has 2 neutrals. Who is this guy? While Lion has nothing. Oh my god, what an asshole. Greenspan here. You should get this mango out. I don't think you need to, or you can combine it. Mind you, the stack is 3. And then once you have this Hood there. Also, you bought the items incorrectly. The order. This matters. So basically, you buy the Hood first, because that gives you the biggest oomph, so to speak. In terms of stats, in terms of magic resistance. Your order of buying like this Hood thing, or then this recipe, which is 1250, which you easily could have gotten the Hood with, that Ring of Health, to kind of just buy that in, it would have helped you completely. So buy in the order of importance of the items, right? That Hood is massive. And to be honest, you don't even need... Ooh, what is going on? Oh, I get hooked in because I'm awesome. He can't see me. Mind you, if Clock and these guys just were like a little bit smarter and had... What? They do get Greenspan under. So TP should be coming in. I don't know where PA is. But where's PA? Hang on, where was that? So this fight is going on? Hang on, what? So at times, PA, you gotta know when to stop farming and to fight. Like, this is an easy, like, 2 kills for you. Maybe not 2 kills. Let me just rewind this. I feel like... So you're here. You see this fight. Alright, Cuckoo Link is definitely going to go down. Alright, I'm just trying to see the hook on in. Like, at this point, you should look to react. Like, you... Yes, I think you should have TP'd in. You were slow. Like, that lion dying was unfortunate, whatever. But you need to get out of the jungle at times. And This is the problem with cores, is that it's very difficult to balance fighting, you know, farming versus actually fighting, right? Like, that is a fight you could have turned around. At this point, you had what? You had Battle Fury. And actually, you have a decent amount of items. We could fight, right? So you need to know when to get out. We should not have to call you for help. There are times that you need to TP and you need to just react and you need to understand just the game state. Being able to fight. It was a straight up, like, what? 3-on-2? 3-on-3 at one point. And then you could have turned that around. If they have no Ursa, that equals, you know, the numbers. We have an advantage then. Yeah, Cuckoo died early, but like what? We could have fought 4-on-4. But instead, we slowly died 1-on-1 because we didn't have the support. We didn't have the damage, so to speak. So again, you need to not just farm, but you need to be aware of what is going on in the other lanes. Ethereal there, but Cuckoo doesn't care. He just zips on in. I think the only thing that I can see of from you, Cuckoo, is that you zip from very far away, and generally speaking, you do, like, yeah, you got the kill, which is awesome, but then you're kind of like out of mana, right? And Storm without a mana is just like, I mean, I hate to say it, he's kind of useless, right? So just try to balance that a little bit better. I think you should be like 23-30, right? You should start popping your bottle and kind of working it out, knowing that rooms are going to pop soon, right? So you basically bottle it up right now, and then make sure that your bottle is completely empty by that 25-minute mark, right? So you're just kind of microing all of these little things, like these little minute things that you could do better, just to make yourself a little bit more efficient. Because what's going to happen is that the 25-minute mark is going to happen, and you're going to be like, oh, okay, now's the time to start using my bottle, right? And you're going to waste valuable seconds. Just something to look into. Just being efficient. Oh, and you get a fortuitous regen, so I'll just stop talking because, you know, who needs to wait for the 25-minute mark when you just get a regen, right? So yeah, I'll just stop talking with that. No analysis with that. Okay. So I feel like the game is still kind of, you know, neutral. Like, I felt like the first 10-15 minutes we actually won, but we didn't take advantage of that lead that we had. So the game ended up being a lot closer than it should have been. And mind you, hang on, what's going on? So they catch out all three. He's got to back up. He steals it, but that's fine. He just still steals your quills. They do get a vessel on you. Okay. He wasted the urn on that one. Okay, interesting. Actually, one thing that I thought was that maybe I just read the, like, I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I thought the urn didn't get rid of the heal. And so I got it very late against the Morphling, but against the Morphling, it is an amazing item. So I think I'm just stupid because checking the item now, hang on, what clock has. Lifesteal and spells deals, it reduces HP regen. Yeah. So I don't know why I thought otherwise. Alright, Bristle, you need to just focus on this, the catapult, which is doing a little bit of damage. Good to know that we have like 10 guys here. Okay. Alright, so I feel another thing is that we just created a lot of space just for PA to farm, right? He didn't have to get into too many fights. I don't think he actually joined any fights. And he just farmed until he had, what, critical mass. And I thought that critical mass was BKB. I don't think you need to wait that level, right? Like, once you get Battle Fury, you should look to fight. It's a huge power spike for you. Once you get Desolator, you should look to fight again, right? Like, the fact that we kept this T1 up for so long is just way too long. The zip on in, they get the silence up on the Ursa, pulls them on back. There's no finger. There's no finger. If you're going to secure that kill, you don't have to get the kill steal, right? But Lion, you do need to make sure you get that buff, because every single kill is, what, 50 damage? You do need that. That was a very aggressive one. The wards are now being used. Hang on, I'm trying to see. Yeah, Greenspan don't care. So this is the power of the pipe and the Vanguard. That's doing enough. Cuckoo Link, you're stuck in. thought I forced you. I did not. Oh, I did. Okay. And Lion. Okay. Sorry. Hang on. We gotta rewind this because we'll look at Lion's positioning. Right. This entire fight is going on. Why are you fighting the tower? Like, you need to walk around outside of tower range. Right. This fight is going on, but look at your positioning. You literally walk under tower, and you're what? Like 100 damage. That's you literally died to the wards of the tower. Lion, I'm sorry to call you out on that. Just something to look into. But yeah, we continue to fight this. The Soul and Meteor. Wow. Okay. Vessel being used. He's very tanky. He's kind of out healing this, and I thought that this was going to be dangerous. The Cyclone catches up too. Yeah, but then he goes back on in, right? Like, just hey, like. I think I said back. I'm pretty sure I said back, but you didn't back. You're tanky, but at the same time, I think you're stupid. Yes, I said it. No, but I think that, like, when you hear a call, you got to listen to the call, right? Let's just be on the same page. I mean, if you think you can do it, you think you're aggressive, we could probably have fought with PA there, but PA is like, whatchamacallit? I feel like PA's been training in the jungle for like, you know, 30 minutes at this point, right? And not comfortable fighting. So I think that you need to learn how to balance between fighting, taking the objectives, because even if you take objectives like this T1 top, it'll create a lot more space and it'll make your farming that much easier for you. And I know you play mid, so it's a little bit different, but just something to kind of look into. If you really want to improve your play, you just need to understand when do I fight, when do I not. And Bristle here with the Voodoo Mask, which is awesome. I think that the heal is actually underrated. And I think it's going to be the new hotness in this meta of 7.27. Okay. Alright. Smoke is there. I think another thing is that we didn't smoke properly. And I'm guilty of this too. I held this smoke for way too long. Didn't really use it. This Ursa with Basher does need BKB. I think that that's pretty massive, considering we have a ton of control on our team. But Voodoo Mask, you have this here. Why would you not use it? Like, this just gives you regen now. 1.4. I don't know if that's worth it. Okay. Just because it's 900 gold versus what? You know, 400? 425? So, again, just use your best items, you know, moving forward, right? Like, if you're going to pay money for it, you might as well use it, right? This one, I remember this. We're like in the river already, and we're like, oh, we should smoke. And we're like, no, it's actually a bad time to smoke. What we should have done is we should have smoked like the high ground. But this fight is gonna go. Two-man Cyclone, the hook on in. The Lion, nice finger there. I do get pushed on back. The wards are there. We're fighting in this ward, which is a little bit of a problem. Oh, and this bad courier management. Look at me. I'm an idiot just walking into those wards, but I walk back into it. Okay, I do. For shame. Okay, nice pullback there. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I made a mistake. That's on stream. Cool. Man, it sucks critiquing your own play because all your own mistakes get shown. But yeah, I actually literally walked into that ward, and I walked forward, and then I walked back. What I should have done is just positioned bottom and just gone around. Like, there's no reason for me to be near that. For shame. Nobody will clip it, so I think we're okay. 4 down, good time to push. Good stuff. Last hit. Don't get the last hit, guys. Literally 3 cores here, and none of you guys can get the last hit. For shame. Like, you literally have one job, guys. The first T2 is down, so we can start to take a towers, or sorry, outposts, which is actually pretty massive, and something I definitely felt in this game. Like, look at 30 minutes, and we didn't take the outpost once. Like, that just seems silly. That doesn't seem like Dota to me, where we're just constantly fighting for the outposts. Rubik here with Aquila. Hang on, let me just see what other neutrals they got. Craggy armor. fine. Morphling, Mindbreaker, okay. Nobody else? Who else is here? Ursa. Ursa has the lifesteal, okay. Yeah, so this Ursa really struggled. I mean, 31 minutes and you still have like what? You know, 2-ish items, and then he doesn't have BKB. I think at this phase, BKB is just massive, right? If you're looking at it from both sides, right? PA, I told you to get it because the Shaman controls you, the Clock can control you, and the Rubik as well. Clock is a little underrated in the sense of the cogs, but you do need it to fight because he's straight up magical damage and he does stun you. So it's something to look into. I think that cores end up being how good they are based on how they deal with or how they prioritize BKB, right? It is massive. BKB is just one of those things that you definitely need to start prioritizing. Again, go with one aggressive versus one aggressive, one defensive item, and then, you know, constantly switch between the two. You can't just go straight up damage because if you're getting stun locked and you're getting controlled, there's nothing you can do, right? So just again, some things that you want to look into. And yeah, there's a lot of wasted time right here. Like 33 minutes, we're up 15k. We are strong, but why are we not taking advantage of this, right? This is one of those things where I felt like these T2s, we gave them too much space, too much respect. They're not that good. Okay. Alright, so now we're starting to group up. We realize that now is the time. Again, kind of late. Okay, hang on. Gets the Cyclone. This is a nice little fight. Bristle, you're a little too close if you're getting hit under tower. The shotgun, one shot. Okay, force on in. Nice force staff by Lion right there. He's gonna morph on through. Oh, look at that ice wall. That's just amazing by me. Okay, so here's the thing. You got a Phantom Strike. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, good. Gets pulled on through. Don't fight under tower and the wards, and then now just farm up some of these things. Okay, overall good fight. I mean, all 5 survived, right? Props to Lion. Look at you. Look at you. That was a nice play. Hang on. We got to give props where props are due. But look at this Lion play. Hang on, where's Lion? Look at this. Perfectly out of sight on the high ground, which is really nice. And this fight is going on, but use your spells. They should be almost constantly off cooldown. Fingers being used. Hang on, sorry. Let's go before this because I feel like Lion. Okay, so here we are. You're completely full. I forced him out. Lion here. Okay, good. You've used your spells. Now you back off. You almost get blown up. You force yourself to the high ground, which is really nice. And then you just wait for your spells to come off cooldown. Although you could be fingering in the back. I still think you've managed to do it. You do. You're about to pump fake it. I saw the finger. But nonetheless, as long as you get you get the bonus damage. It doesn't really matter how you did it. But well played. Actually, that was really well played by our team. So high fives all around. But again, that was really nice because of the fact that you knew everything was on cooldown, right? And then you just backed up to safety. It's fine. Your right clicks aren't going to do anything, so that was actually really, really good. And then you ended up getting the finger, so straight up, nice play, Lion. All right, point booster, you have it, and you have the Octarine core, I think, on the way. Oh, now you're calling it. Okay. I'm just wondering if maybe you do the power booster instead. But again, this Ring of Basilius should not be in your inventory anymore. You should have sold that a long time ago. Or changed it out and then maybe, to fill in a spot later. But it's really useless. I mean, the 1.4 at this point, yeah, it's like an aura, but I don't know. I feel like the other items should do more. Like, just make yourself tankier, right? I remember this part where we were like, okay, let's not be greedy. Let's just back off. Okay, so another bit of a retreat. We regroup here. We're up 21k. Right, so what that means is that we should have taken that one, and then we should have kind of, and let me see if I can draw this out, but we should have just kind of, that's a terrible straight line, but we should have looked to take that T2 mid. We should have, like, I hate to say it, but, just kind of locked them in. I was going to use something inappropriate, but just kind of locked them in and then just make use of all the space, because they have to respect us. They cannot fight us, right? We are too strong. I mean, you have BKB up. Yes, it's 9 seconds. But I don't know why we retreat here. Like, this is where the time where you should not be going into our own jungle to farm. This is where... Oh, what the... Hang on, somebody BKB'd. Did I not hear a BKB? Oh my god. For shame. Oh, okay. Alright, so this is... Like, we gotta... We gotta... Hang on. He actually pops the BKB. Oh no. Hang on, he pops it before the pause? Oh, good god, you do. Alright, so mistakes happen. This is one of them. But again, we had just killed them. They had just respawned. You should not be farming here. You should be farming in their jungle. I mean, it's going to tick up again, right? So that you know that the creeps are there. We constantly starve them out. There's no reason. The only way we go back into our own jungle is if we lose a guy and we have to play a little bit more cautious, right? We have this T1 mid, which somehow has survived the entire game, or up until this point, but we have all of this space. We have all of this vision, right? So we constantly farm their jungle, and they have nothing to farm from their own end, right? If we lose a guy, or they get some sort of pick off, or whatever it is, that's when we go back into our own jungle. We only farm these, our own stuff, when we have nothing else to do. Like, we can't do anything, but we should be constantly aggressive. Okay, so here's another one. Link in. Cuckoo, you're fighting under the ward, which is a little okay. Not okay. Ursa here is somehow flying. He jumps through. He does end up killing the PA. Hang on. I'm going to rewind this. I just want to see how this one turns out. Okay. So this is actually a big mistake, I think. This is a bad fight. Right? Hang on, let me just rewind this guy. I think it's about here. Here-ish. Okay, so we see Morphling. We get the silence off. The hook shot through. So we do get the Morph. We should look to back. That was a bad cyclone. That just slowed it down. The buyback happened from Morph. We got to be careful. And this is dangerous. Oh, okay, because the Battle Fury. PA. No BKB because it was on cooldown. Ah, that explains it. Okay. You didn't have BKB PA. And that was the magic damage that I was talking about, right? Here's the thing, is that Cuckoo, you're very, very low. You gotta run. Oh, I was trying to run to you. I was actually looking to 4-staff you, and instead I ended up 4-staffing myself. I'm wondering if you could play that better. See how this vision worked. So Cuckoo, you're running. I think you should have run to the river. Should have run to the river. Should have run to the river. I don't know why you went this way. There's no way to escape from here. Because A, if you went this way, you would have gone to us where we could have saved you. We could have forced you. I had 4-staff ready, and I was trying to get to you, but you were running away from me. You were going to high ground, which is making it difficult for me. So, I understand that when you're panicking, you're like, oh shit, gotta run away. This dude is after me. The cops are after me, whatever. And you're like, I'll just run in any direction. But you need some sort of direction, which will help you. So just something to look into. This is, again, just little tips on just how to improve. I don't know what the Cyclone is doing. I got the deny. And so Clock, he's going to sacrifice himself. He was looking for the last hit on that. Old snap. Do we get this? He's got the Hex. That was a nice Hex. Cooldown. Earth Spike. Earth Spike. It was just off cooldown, too. I think he just missed it. But he's still alive. And he gets... Okay, shotgun back. Alright. I don't know if I... Hang on. I think this is on me, actually. There's no Vessel on him. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up. Hang on. Oh, okay. It's cooldown because I used it on Clock. 10 seconds. Here. Ah. Yeah. I didn't Vessel him. Fuck. That's on me. I'm a terrible person. Report. Okay, I mean, yeah. Another thing Lion, right now I just noticed it. Ogre Axe, change it with the smoke. You can wait 6 seconds if you need to swap it back in, but you need the strength, which gives you obviously more health. Just kind of important. Yeah, actually, Bristle, your only weakness is the fact that you don't have a lot of mana. You're constantly starving for mana. They can't really... Oh, excuse me. They can't really kill you, but just something to kind of look into. Alright, hang on. Trying to see what else... Like, in my opinion, you're super tanky, yes. Whoa, that guy was just kind of... Shadow Shaman's actually kind of fat. Oh, higher than the clock? Interesting. Yeah, Shaman was doing pretty well. So this actually, their Shaman is a pretty good player. I mean, if you're looking at this, he's very close to the Morphling, right? But these are pretty good items. Obviously, the Ghost Scepter, whenever he gets jumped on by the PA, keeps him alive. He's got Blink, and the Atos just kind of lock people in place. Okay. I'm okay with that. Itemization, Perseverance should definitely be in. This is actually way better than... I don't think the wand is that good anymore. Rubik has Yules. I feel like Force is a better item. Reason being is that if the Bristle gets on you and he gets gooed up or whatever, it's kind of like the only way you can escape. Yules doesn't... I mean, yeah, you save yourself for like a second. But who are you really going to Yules? So, to be honest, for me, I like Force, Glimmer, Yules in that order as a support. I never prioritize Yules first. I don't think it's good enough unless I'm playing like an Elder Titan or something, which can help me set up stuff. But generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think Force is just ungodly. I think it's the best item because, to be honest, Dota is about positioning. It's a positioning game first. And I know people will, disagree with me on this, but if your positioning is good, you are gonna be good at this game. So if there's anything that you can work on, it's not really about casting your spells. Yes, it all helps. But if you're amazing at positioning, you're gonna be good at this game. So Lion here with Growbow. I probably should have given you this Philosopher's Stone, but I'm selfish like that, so report me. Come at me, bro. Enchanted Mangoes. I don't know why we saw that so late. One trick that you can get rid of this is that you, obviously it's super dangerous here and you probably shouldn't, but you can actually just stand here and then you can Force Staff your way through it and then you actually kill this tree because you clear yourself a path. Not to show off, but I do this later so you can see me as my highlight reel. Storm Spirit has Lincoln's. I think that, to be honest, I feel like BKB is better for you. I know that you have the Minotaur Horn so that you have ways to get out of it, but literally the only way they can kill you is if they stun lock you. And they do have, the Shaman, they have the Rubik, they have ways to kind of deal with you. But again, Lincoln's and, Shaman and all that stuff, you have outs if you play smart. So, I mean, I think it worked for you in this game to not get it because you have the Minotaur Horn or whatever. But just something to look into later, especially when you're moving forward. Obviously, you've played Storm before, so you probably know the hero better than I do. But again, I'm just all about the Storm Spirit. I think it's massive. Okay. Also, Lion, why don't you have the Ogre Axe? You know what I mean? Even this Iron Branch is better than this Smoke. Okay, it's all about making use of all of your items. Whatever bonuses you can get, however small it is, if you have a space in your backpack, you need to use it. That Sunstrike was terrible, but the Yule's on in, and then we have 3 coming in. Where am I? Oh, I TP top. Oh, I remember this fight. Because I just TP top, and then they decided to take the fight. The hook shot in. BKB is now being used. I don't think you should have fought him. I think you should have Phantom Struck onto somebody else who's a little bit squishier. Now you're going to get blown up. I think. No, you turn this around. You get this? Okay, and here comes the silly Invoker. Oh, he's like a superhero. Okay, he gets blown up. Alright, I back off here because I'm scared and I'm not, Bristle. I popped my BKB for some reason, but here's my Cold Snap. Do I die to wards? No, I don't. Radavatos just locking you back in. The Shaman, he's got nowhere to go. Again, Force Staff, if you had Force Staff, and this is why I like Force Staff as a support instead of Blink, because that cooldown, once he's on you, there's literally no way. If you Force Staff, you have ways to get around it. But yeah, this is the power of the Bristle, and the fact that their itemization was actually terrible, right? Straight up magic damage. What's this guy gonna do? You're gonna TP, really? Really? You just TP there? Okay, I don't know what that was, but whatever. I'm not here to judge. Just kidding, I'm here to judge. But okay, again, I don't care what level you're at. You have to itemize against the Bristle, okay? Somebody, I don't care, again, I don't care who gets it, but somebody has to get Silver Edge. I would think that Ursa should have gotten it. Like, it's one of those things like, yeah, it doesn't seem right. Why isn't Ursa getting a you know, Silver Edge or whatever? But it's what the game dictates, okay? Who's going to get it in this thing? You're like the only right clicker on the team. So Ursa, unfortunately, you have to get it. Oh, the EMP did not work. So I'm bad at timing stuff. Greenspan, like literally going back and forth. Gets hooked on in. I force my staff out. And here comes the reinforcements. The Borfling gets blown up. And the finger, nice finger there. Good use. Alright, so great. So, this is one of those things where, as Radiant, you have two guys in. Why would you hook in? Like, you know that they're all coming back and they're all within position. At this point, you know that I have a Force Staff as well, Invoker that is. So it's super dangerous. You need to stay high ground. You can't, I don't know why you're fighting on the low ground here. Because high ground gives you the advantage of the line of sight, the fact that they don't see you sometimes when they're, you know, without a ward up here. And then also the tower is, you have to look at it as like a player. It actually does, it provides that much damage, right? It gives you sight, so nobody can get away. I can't, you know, ghost walk away. There's just so many reasons to defend high ground. Like, if they have no wards and you've pushed them back here, and they have to fight down here, and they, you know what I mean, and they can't see it, it's actually massive. High ground is super important. You have to understand the benefits of it and why it does. There's missed chances going uphill, which is like armor. It's like 30% reduction in damage, essentially, which is pretty massive. Okay, so one thing I like is, well, I don't like, is that you've got 6,000 gold. Mate, Bristle. Like, aside from the fact that you are now bristleback without any bristles on your back, because my game is bugged out right now, and you look actually freakishly ugly, but you need to spend your gold, because if they kill you, you give up a lot of that gold in terms of reliable gold. Unreliable gold, reliable gold, right? I'm gonna let you go online, figure that out. Okay? Understand why spending your gold is super important, because if you die, you give the enemy team more money, which is more comeback money at this point, right? Yes, it's 45 minutes, 40 to 23, and we pretty much have megas. This game is pretty much over, and I know you don't give a shit, but if you want to get better at this game, these are the small things that you have to do at any stage of the game. You have 7,000 gold, okay? Like, I don't care. Like, play efficiently. Play with the way it's supposed to be played and do things right, okay? Yes, it's 46 minutes, but your courier could be doing all this stuff. You need to learn how to micro this stuff. So BKBs galore. Yeah, I mean, the game is pretty much over at this point, so easy peasy. Focus those towers. Bristle don't care. Silence or none. Hook shot. Gets on a creep. He cogs himself and he's stuck in. He's got really nowhere to go. The silence as well. Yeah, so he's just gonna die right there. Oh my gosh! Look at the fountain damage. Actually, it's starting to rack up. Fountain damage 21. Wow, that's something I didn't see. Okay, cool. Easy peasy. That's the way the game should be played. But just minor things to kind of just improve yourself. Like, I think a couple things is that if you're looking at that kind of snowball, right? The fact that it's 46 minutes, 44-23 is, how do I mitigate my impact? How do I not die as much, right? So a little bit of positioning issues, I think, especially early. And yeah, you only died 4 times in the game, which is awesome, Greenspan. But I think that that number could be even less. Like, you probably should have died only like twice in this game, right? And so, yeah, you ended up winning, but do you want to win or do you want to crush the game? Do you want to just dominate, right? So, if another team was there, like a better team, they would be able to punish you, right, for your bad positioning mistakes. So it's trying to shore up all of these things. Yes, it was a win. Yes, it was dominant. All that stuff. And it might not seem like, oh, there's not really much that I learned but if you're looking at it, there's so much to learn, and even in winning games, right? And you can't just look at yourself. Like, even I made mistakes. Of course, I'm human. I screwed up with, I suicided to wards. Shame on me. I'm a terrible player. Whatever. But like, the Dota is about making less mistakes and just being better for it, right? Because anytime you do make mistakes, other teams will make you pay, and that's how they get better. It's about making the least amount of mistakes, and then you're going to be the best Dota player. Okay? So I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time.